Sports Geek with Sean Callanan. Connecting sports, fans and sponsors using technology.
Hi, Sean Callanan from Sports Geek here. You might know me from social networks like LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr or Foursquare. But today I'm at the MCG. It's an empty MCG. 2.5 million fans turned up to the MCG this AFL season with an average of 53,000 per game. You're used to seeing vision like this with fans going crazy in the stands, but we'll tell you where these fans are when the game's not on. Why do sports teams need a Sports Geek? Well, the main reason is they need to understand the platforms and they need to understand how the fans are interacting on those platforms.
So how does Sports Geek work with sports?
Well, the main thing, normally what I start with is a sports digital strategy workshop, which is 2 hours where we go through a lot of the stuff we've already talked about today, looked at the different platforms that are available for sports and how they can use that, and looking at some of the best practices with some of the teams like in the NBA and the NHL and even some of the teams in Australia and the way they're handling their Facebook fans and using Twitter. So then they have got a good idea of what they could do in that space, and then from then it's about, let's work on your digital strategy. What do you want to get out of your work from a whole digital perspective and how you can integrate your social media into that work. Different teams will have different goals. Some teams will want to grow their membership base. Other teams will want to look at merchandise sales and tackle that as an issue. And other teams or events might just want to let fans know that they're there. We're working with some clients that are building with small sports and they just want to find out whether they can grow that fan base with local supporters. Once you've got that fan base, then you can do all the cool stuff, running the promotions, getting the offline events, and doing partnership with sponsors, because you'll be sitting there with this large, 20, 30, 100,000 fan base that sponsors will obviously want. And it's understanding that fan base. So once you do know the direction you're going, that's the key. You need to know where you're going, then it's about implementation. So it's how do I set up my Facebook fan page? How often should I edit it? How often should I tweet? Should I reply to fans on my Twitter stream? Why should I set up a list? All these implementation tasks that people know that they can do and they can Google and read articles, but it's like most people don't have the time to understand which one to tackle, why they should tackle it, and that's where Sports Geek comes in.
So where can we find Sports Geek?
Well, it's more where can't you find Sports Geek? With social media, you can find us obviously at sportsgeek.com.au is the website. You can also find us on Facebook because, as I said before, a lot of people in Australia and around the world are using Facebook, and that would be facebook.com/sportsgeek. You can also find us on Twitter and talking anything sports and technology, either myself at Sean Callanan, or if you want to follow Sports Geek, it will be Sports Geek HQ on Twitter.
Well, thank you, Sean, for joining us today on TikTok TV. It was great to speak with you, and it's excellent to come down to the MCG and see you and talk to you about Sports Geek, your sports digital consultancy. Do you have any final comments?
Well, I too want to thank TechFluff TV and also the MCG, so follow them on Twitter at MCG_news, and they're also on Facebook as well. But it's been great to do this interview in the heart of the Melbourne sporting precinct. Across the road at Amy Park, we've got 2 A-League soccer teams, the Victory in the Heart, play out of there, as well as the NRL Storm and the new Super 15 team, the Melbourne Rebels. Across the road at Hisense Arena, we have the Vixens will be playing netball, as well as being used for tennis for the Australian Open with Rod Laver as well. So obviously it's definitely the sporting heart and the sporting capital of, I think, the world. The main thing is, for all sports fans to know, is to start connecting with your sporting teams on these social media platforms, because Sports Geek is going to bring you the cool stuff and the promotions that you'll love. Sports Geek, all about connecting sports fans and sponsors using technology.